I should have put them where I could easily find them. Here we go. Photos. And I have still loop pictures in here. I have my sister's house redo, kitchen redo. We'll pull those in. And it plops them right in. And then you can go to the next step, which is comment. And so you can add a comment to each of the pictures as you go through. You'll see the 4 pictures there together will actually pull up all of them so you can navigate around quickly that way as well. And then at the end, we have obviously the share page. And there are different ways of doing things. Embedding again, you can send it in an email. And this one again has that whole social part to it where you can invite friends to come and make comments on your voice thread. This one also has, for any of you who are K through 12 teachers, has a special K through 12 site for VoiceThread where only people who are invited in by the teachers are able to friend each other and add comments to each other, so it's a more protected environment for those of you who are K through 12. Down at the bottom, I'm probably moving my mouse too fast for it to catch up and follow. And then seeing Phil's is even off screen. So maybe you can't see this unless you adjust your window. But down at the bottom of this window, yes, Carl, this site is totally free for 3 voice threads. Beyond 3, you need to pay for it. But I've found that if you use one, you can archive it if you need to, but then you go on and just delete one and you can keep making new ones. Also, if you have 3, each of your students can have an account, each of them can have 3, so then you start having lots of VoiceThread possibilities for free in your classroom. So again, there are, on the handout, there are more step-by-step instructions for using this, and Terry wants to know a definition of a VoiceThread again. Well, it's this application that does the, Phil, can I show this one?
Sure. I'm embarrassed completely anyway, so.
He's going to be totally embarrassed. All right, I'm
Maybe
sorry. It's kind of like a slideshow, a PowerPoint, if you want to think of it that way, except that with the social media part of it, other people can come in and add comments to each picture. Yes, now you're seeing the real Phil. Do you remember these? Do you remember doing these?
I was younger then.
Yeah, you're less gray when we took these for sure. And we get through the, and there you see Bailey too. And my voice comment there was that Bailey needs a pet. And that's what he does in the next picture, is he gives Bailey a pet. That's part of our morning routine. I don't know how many pictures you can put in each one, Terry. I don't know that I've ever run into a limit. And I've put in maybe close to 20, so quite a few. You could do a lot of photos in one. I'd have to check for sure, but that's a good question. So the VoiceThread then is, you could think of it as sort of an online PowerPoint, except I think it has, because of the different ways that you can comment on each picture, I think it has more flexibility than a PowerPoint does, and for the fact that you can share them and have other people come in and add comments to each of the pictures that you have up there. You can actually set up your pictures in PowerPoint, and each slide of the PowerPoint will turn into a picture in VoiceThread. So that's an easy way to set things up, especially if you want to put text across the pictures that you're setting up. Microsoft Word also you can pull up in this, and a couple of other formats. Videos as well, you can put videos in here, and then still students could come and do the commenting around the video depending on what the task is that you set for them. So that's another little one that I really like. Okay, there is one other that I'm going to show you because students really like this one no matter what. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I can't show this one to you. We'll see. Oh, no, here we go. All right. This one is called Comics. And what you can do here again is pull in pictures from a photo library, from a web library, I think I have a few, no, well, I'm not logged in, so it's not finding the ones that I've actually uploaded here. But this one, you can set up like a comic book. It's not real flexible, but you can choose a layout. It's drag and drop. You can choose a layout, and so then you can put a different picture in each photo. You can add the voice bubbles in a lot of different comic texts and resize them. And so if you think of comic strips, comic books as one of our friends, as the graphic novel, you could do all sorts of things with this. And it's not just a one-pager. You can keep adding pages to it, and so you can have a multi-page comic book. This one, again, you can publish to the web. I'm not getting pictures in here, so you're not getting a real good view of this, but if I go back to the Storytelling Wiki, and I think I have a link here to our information page, which has a couple of examples on it. It has a little movie to show you how to create it. Oh no! My example has disappeared. I think their server is having a little bit of trouble today. Alright, let me go back to where I was then. So, preview, again, I didn't put much in here. If I can go back to their photos that they've got in here, their photo library, I'll show you a little bit how this works. Drag and drop. You can switch them around, put them where you want them within the square. Well, that's an interesting one. And then you can add the text to it. Yes, free, Terry. I love the online free applications. So that's most of the ones that I teach, and picking out the ones here, of course, for different ways to do storytelling. This one, again, you can embed. You can set it right into your wiki page. And had you seen the example that wasn't available that was on my wiki page, you can actually turn the pages right within the little embed. That's a word that I'm throwing out that maybe some of you aren't used to either. Many times on a web page you'll click on a link that will take you somewhere, take you out to another one. But when we're talking about embedding things, the bulky that I put is embedded, meaning that it's stuck right in the page where you can see it without having to go anywhere. So that's what's nice about being able to embed some of the things in the wiki. Okay, I'm right at time. I am free to stick around if you've got questions, if you want to try some of these out. We could also try the application sharing, which enables us to look at each other's desktops, I think, although I've never actually tried that. That's something else we could experiment in this session if you would like me to take a look at something. Otherwise, I will release this one and take you back to just the regular pages, and I'll stick around if people have questions.
Our whiteboard looks so lonely and bland compared to all those cool things you showed us.
I know. Maybe I should take a picture. Can I do that? One of these buttons is take a picture, isn't it?
I don't know if anybody has a question. You're welcome to, we actually fixed it so now that when people come in the chat room, your hand doesn't automatically go up. So thank you. Nice to see people clapping. That's what we should all do, and say thanks for a lot of interesting resources. Some good things we can use there. If anyone wants to stick around and has a question, please let us know in the chat. I'll be able to give you some microphone so you can join in the discussion here. If you have any questions for me or for Marlene or for John or anybody here at LARC, stick around and do that. Otherwise, check out some of those resources that have been published to the blog. Work on your profiles. Tomorrow I'm going to talk to you a lot more about your project. So if you haven't thought of an idea yet, hopefully something that you can work with comes today. So again, you can update your profile and let that be known.
If you have questions too that you want to post to my profile about any of this, I will be checking that too, and I can answer you through the blog if you would like. Or here's my email if you would like to email me any questions. So thank you for putting up with quite a bit of chaos. I wasn't sure at all how this would work, but I think at least some of you got in and were able to play around. If you still have that login and password, like it says on the beginning of that demonstration wiki, feel free to come back and play. Just be aware that I do go through and delete it before my next workshop so that it's clean again. So don't put anything in there that you want to keep. But you're definitely welcome to come back and play.
Okay, thanks again, Marlene. One of my first presentations was still, yep, Marlene is still talking on my receipt of Illuminate. I'm not sure what that means, Donna. But yeah, we have a couple people, both of us still have our mics on and we're just sitting here chatting. Don't worry, it's not rude. If you want to leave at this point, feel free to do so. I'm going to stop our recording here.